cost me money to get, cute and stuff and the gas in the car or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I asked because obviously when I lived as a monk, I was celibate for 3 years. So it was like a big, big, big commitment in my life.
Did it make you feel like,
In the beginning, yes.
Really?
For sure. It was hard. But then
I bet it was hard.
As time went on. Oh, Tiffany, only you.
It feels easy. I don't know. I've been working out a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like I get my sexual frustrations out in the workout. And then, like I said, gadgets.
Did it take you a while to raise your standards? Like, where did this qualification, this language, this vocabulary you have right now around dating, was that something that has come with time? Is that something that was always there that got lost?
No, it was definitely not always there. Definitely. If you read the book, you know that it was not always there. I just feel like it's certain things that I want for myself, and I want to share the success. And what I've learned is when you're laying down with people that's not really as ambitious as you are, or comfortable in their skin, or confident with who they are, or even just not even necessarily confident, just know who they are, it becomes a problem. And I think when you lay down with somebody, you are sharing your soul, you are sharing a piece of yourself, you're giving a little piece of yourself up. And I think I only got so much soul left, and I don't want to necessarily just give it over to anybody. I don't know if the soul grows. I don't know if you can rejuvenate new soul like you do skin or hair, but it just feels like I don't want to subject myself to it. Also, now once I let you inside my body, I gotta know you, gotta learn you and all this stuff. So scientifically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to get into the science of it.
Drop some research on us, Tiffany.
Yeah. So I did my scientific research. I was reading about how, once you let somebody ejaculate in sperm, right? The uterus is very absorbent. So you absorb all of that into your bloodstream, right? So now you attracted to them. So when the Bible says you will only desire your husband, this is part why, because now he's in your blood, bonding with your DNA. And if you get pregnant by this person, it takes 6 months or so for them to get out of your DNA. And if you decide to have a baby or get pregnant by this person, those stem cells from that baby is in you forever. So they are forever a part of you. Do I forever want to be a part of somebody who's mentally ill? Do I forever want this person to be in my eyeballs, in my brain, in my in my heart? The stem cells from them and what we could have potentially made. Do I forever want that? And then I think about hoes and why they be so crazy, and it's because it's too many personalities, too much in it. That's how I see it anyway. That's my science. That's science. When is
the Tiffany Haddish sex ed masterclass coming?
Well, there's a short sex ed portion in the book. I think I would have been a great sex education teacher.
That's what I'm thinking listening to you right now.
Yeah, I think I would have been really good at that.
I think we need to get a national program out.
Yeah, because I noticed females that I know that are really emotional and going always the world is in an uproar. And then if you find out how many what's their body count and and especially if it's a high body count, there's a lot of them probably didn't have no condom on. And then you probably absorbed a lot of that stuff. And who's to say they might have been pregnant, didn't realize they were pregnant, and just thought, oh, this is a hard period, but really they might have been having a miscarriage, or it was just a pregnancy that didn't stick, whatever. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It sounds like this has obviously been something that, I know we're laughing, but at the same time, we're learning. This has been something you've been learning about, thinking about, reflecting on, especially when you dive into your book, as we were talking about earlier. You make everything sound really funny, and there's this expression of the feeling, but then there's the deep pain and the stress that comes from it. Were there particular romantic experiences that were hard for you to get over? Was a lot of our audience is struggling with breakups, is struggling with missing their exes, struggling with trying to move on and find the right person. What have you been through that you could share with those people that may help them?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be real clear with you. The people that I was missing, I probably shouldn't have been missing. Right? The ones that inflicted a lot of physical pain on me, the ones that inflicted emotional pain on me. I think I talked about one of them in this book. I know I talked about the ex in the other book. But this book, so I had this homie lover friend for a long time. A long time. He's very disrespectful to me, very kind of messed up to me. But in my mind, we was we could get married. We had the most beautiful babies. He handsome. I'm pretty. Like, it would be so cool. He's smart and intellectual. I'm kind of smart, I think. Like, it would be fun.
You
We
are
have the
smart.
best conversations. Like, we have fun, but then he would treat me like crap, right? So, like, and I would subject myself to that man, and I would be like happy to be in his presence, but at the same time, when he's not, I'll be hurting so bad, like, and fiending for him, like kind of like, I don't know what it's like to do like hard drugs, but I'm imagining that's the hard drug right there. The D, like when we really like that could be the hard drug, and breaking myself from that. And that would be like, okay, what else do you love? What else do you care about? Put your energy into something else. I seen her like all online, like, oh, Tiffany's fiending for her, or she's still pining over this guy that she was dating. Like, that was fun. That relationship was fun. Only thing I miss about that relationship is the fun. Everything else was like, cool. But we had a lot of fun. And people I have fun with, I miss all of them. When I don't get to see them often, when I don't talk to them, I miss all of them, even if they were a bad influence. I miss them all. But I'm not like, oh God, I gotta have them, or talking mess about them. Like, no, I genuinely love that person, wish them the best. I'm busy doing this now. They're busy doing that now. Cool. But was there a particular, like, that homie lover friend who was like on and off for like almost 20 years. Oh,
Wow, 20 years.
yes, I can be loyal. I can be loyal with the homie lover friends. You know, it's like, oh, we on, but we not in a relationship.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I
Married.
painted this. Yeah, we was married. I was cooking for him and doing all kind of stuff, like, make sure his telephone stayed on so I could talk to him. Stupid stuff. Stupid. Just dumb. Then, like, oh, I realized, okay, this isn't gonna go nowhere, so I'm gonna go with this guy that likes me, and then that don't like pan out, because really I'm still fiending over this dude. Then, okay, that didn't work out. No, I'm gonna get married. Somebody wanna marry me, I'm getting married. You don't wanna marry me? Somebody else gonna marry me. And then that didn't really pan out, because I didn't want to get small. Like, yeah, I didn't want to be small. And then it was just like free for all, you know. What you working with? What's up, baby? As long as you got a good credit score. What's your credit score? Because that means you're gonna be responsible with my heart. At least I think you are. I hope you are. And then, but now I got a whole criteria.
What did you find that people that had a good credit score, did that have any correlation with?
I feel like it had a lot to do with how they treat me. Good credit score, they're like more responsible. They show
really?
up on
You
time.
saw that?
I noticed that. Yeah,
Wow.
I saw that. Like, I would ask, like, hey, do you know your credit score? First of all, I think that's something you should know, because that's your grown-up report card. I just wanted to see how responsible they were. And most of them were very, like, I have yet to meet somebody with a pretty high credit score that wasn't, like, reliable.
You didn't find that you met people who were arrogant or showboating?
No, they might have been arrogant.
Right.
They might have been, like, showboating, but they were responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody to be responsible with my heart. Like, it's I got a big heart, right? Got a lot of love to give, and I'm very forgiving and all that, but like, don't abuse it. It's been abused enough. And I don't want to have to like attack you. I don't want to have to like be vicious with you. That's why, like, I would say the last like 5 relationships I've had, like, I really respect those dudes, because they were kind with my heart. You know, they for the best, for what they could. You know, they were good with my heart. They didn't like fuck it up. Where I'm just like, F men. Bring on the pussies. I'm gay now. I think I'm still like 2 or 3 heartbreaks away from that.
Right.
I don't even think that's a thing though for me. I really think I'm a gay man, but that's neither here nor there.
And what are your criteria now? You said that's a lot of information, Tiffany.
I mean, I think I was a man in my past. Like, you believe in past lives?
Yeah, we were talking. I think we were messaging about this. Yeah.
I think I was a man in my past life.
Yeah.
And I think I was a man that was kind of messed up. I think I was like, maybe I had a really big penis and I was a womanizer, and maybe I was bisexual. Maybe I hurt a lot of hearts. And I feel like in this life, God said, okay, you're going to suffer some, but you're going to win too.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I got endometriosis.
Right.
So I can really understand the pain of a woman and understand the value of the heart.
My wife jokes with me that she thinks we were married in our past life but she was the guy and I was the girl. So that's like the trade-off. Because I'm the romantic one. I'm the one writing her notes and messages, and I want to do all the grand gestures and stuff. And I'm the one interior designing our home and doing all of that stuff. And she does
like,
not care.
No, she's like, let's get money and go on a trip. Let's have some fun. Let's go do an adventure.
Yeah, I like adventure. I like adventure. But you were saying you have criteria now. What are the criteria to date Tiffany Haddish?
Okay, so now that I'm older, I can't have that criteria of like, oh, he can't have no kids because we're older now. So I expect like if he has kids, cool, but they need to be like grown, 18 or over, because I don't want to deal like with baby mama drama. And I feel like, I like communicating like an adult. Also, he needs to have his own career or some sort of business. You know what I'm saying? He needs to have like an EIN number. I think that's really important. He needs to know how to run something. Because, I think men like to have control and power over women and want to run women and want to be the leader. Well, how's your business? Does your business run well? Or do you have long-term employees? Is that doing well? Like, because now if I'm going to give you access to me, I need to know that you know how to do that. Good credit score. Now, I will forgive if maybe your credit score fell off for a minute because you had to go to the doctor or something happened, whatever. Okay, I could forgive that. But then also I want you to be physically healthy and fit. So you better be on top of your health. Because I'm trying my best with mine and I don't want to be changing nobody's diapers that's grown. If you have pubic hairs, I don't think I should be changing your diaper.
Yeah, I find that to be the biggest one. Like, I find so many people don't grow up till so much later in life, and I find so many of my friends are either with guys or girls or whoever it may be that feel young. Like they feel like they are the person's parent.
Yeah.
And they're their partner's parent. And
I don't want that.
They're cooking for them, cleaning for them, taking care of all of this stuff. It's bizarre to me that we're still living in that time.
Yeah, I don't want to feel like I'm your parent. I don't want to feel like I'm your doctor. But if you got like a cold or something, or you feeling like you got a little back pain, I love to rub your back. And I come up with elixirs and stuff to make you feel better or whatever. Yeah, but you need to come already showing up pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Like, think of this like the military.
What's in these elixirs?
Oh, these elixirs. We got ginger, we got turmeric, we got the little vitamins and nutrients,
Nice.
Aloe vera, things from my garden.
You grow some of this stuff?
I grow this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I grow food. And also I need a guy that's not afraid to get a little dirty. Help me in the garden. Like, don't be afraid of bees and stuff because I got bees and I harvest honey.
Do you have the full hazmat suit?
Yeah, I got the whole suit, but I don't know why you call it hazmat suit.
Yeah, what's it called? What is it? What's the name of the
beekeeper suit?
The beekeeper suit.
The beekeeper suit.
Yeah.
Keep you from being stung. But I also, most of the time I sit out there with no suit on. I just sit and talk to them, listen to them, like sing to the bees.
How many bees will you have on you at one time?
I don't know. I'll be sitting there counting like, ooh, look, I got 100 bees. Like,
No.
they don't sit on me. Like, they be around me.
Right.
I be singing, telling them stories, telling jokes, maybe complaining. I'm pretty sure my neighbors hear me. So maybe the neighbors feel like I'm like crazy talking to myself or talking on the phone or whatever. I don't know. I sing songs to them all the time. My favorite song is that I know the bees are probably like, why is she singing this song to us? But I like, butterfly, come and here you stand upon my hand. I will not harm you or never need alarm you. I want to see your pretty wings, tiny, dainty, colorful things, orange and yellow, pretty fellow. And I change the colors every time.
Wow.
I sing that, and then I sing Skinnamarink Dinky Dink to the songs that make me happy.
Wow.
I sing to them. Mostly when I'm stressed out, I go sit out with the bees.
So when you're stressed out, you sing to the bees, sit outdoors.
Yeah, sit outdoors, lay in the grass next to them. Sometimes I just listen to them and imagine they telling me stories. And I'm just really listening to the hive buzz. And they say that there's the C tone, or there's a tone in a beehive that helps get rid of PTSD.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. That's what they say. When I was doing my research on bees, that was something like that. The noise of a hive helps with PTSD. So I like that noise.
Wow, that's fascinating. And that you learned while you were getting the bees, or afterwards, or before?
And once I got the bees, once I got the bees, I learned that. I was like, oh, I'm in a relationship now with thousands. Let's figure this out. How's
You're
this gonna
queen
work?
bee.
There's a queen bee.
There's a queen bee.
I'm the master queen.
Oh, master
Now, I'm the
queen.
friend of the bees.
Okay.
I feed them. I give them like, spirulina with some sugar water or some like chlorophyll with sugar water and stuff
So
like
you're
that.
like really in touch with nature. Like nature seems to be.
I love nature. That's where I can you can go sit in a tree, like in the trees, but I do be in the trees sometimes. You can go sit near the trees or in the trees and you could cry and the trees are not going to be like, what's wrong with you? If anything, they'll like blow the leaves and like rub your shoulder or something,
Yeah. Wow. That's
In
fascinating.
my mind, that's what I imagine.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a very vivid imagination, so
And has that always been like that since you were young?
always been like that. Always.
Did you have an imaginary friend growing up?
Yes, I did. I had two.
What were their names?
Carbolita and Cracker. Cracker was a bird. And I used to be like, Cracker want a Polly, and I would break crackers up on my shoulders and stuff. It was really, the imaginary friends was to make real friends.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're a coping mechanism for kids as well.
For sure,
Yeah, they're
coping
huge.
mechanism. I felt in my mind, they listened to everything I said. I know exactly what they look like in my mind. I used to really rock them hard in junior high. And we used to be like, Cracker, what's answer number 7? And they'd be like, Tiffany's being racist. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm talking to my bird.
And Carbolita?
Carbolita, yeah, she's like a Puerto Rican mommy.
Okay.
Yeah. And she
What was
like
her
so
role?
cool. Her role was like to keep people away from me.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'd be like, oh, you can't sit here. Carbolita sitting there. You can't sit right there.
Wow.
It's her seat.
Yeah.
Carbolita said that you cute.
Yeah.
She want to know if you want to share your coffee cake with her.
Yeah. So she was that in-between, that go-between, and making who comes close, who stays far.
Yeah, and people would laugh. They'd be like, girl, you silly as hell.
Yeah. It's fascinating, isn't it? I feel like that whole idea of imaginary friends, it's like, if you thought about that when you were young, you'd laugh at it. But now when you look back, you're like, oh, wait, there was a role that person played that I didn't have someone else play in my life. So I created someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be
something.
like, my sister would be trying to play with me. I'd be like, you can't play. Carbolita says she doing this one. You can't do that one. Carbolita done. Really, I just didn't want my sister to be doing it, but I didn't want to tell her, I don't want you to do it. So I say Carbolita didn't want her.
Yeah, wow.
But it was really me.
Wow.
I really didn't want her to.
So you told us the best things about being Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany, what are the worst things about being Tiffany Haddish?
The worst thing about being Tiffany Haddish is Tiffany Haddish is always under attack, and you got to just let that happen, I guess. I guess that's just a part of being famous. But also I just feel like that's been my whole life. It's always somebody's been hating, somebody's talking mess, somebody. But at least back in the 1900s, people did it to your face. Or if they talk behind your back, if somebody told you they was talking behind your back, then you went up to approach them and say, you say this about me? They would either say yes or no. Like there would be like, you can hold someone accountable for what they were saying. Even if there was a reporter, you could call up to the newspaper and say, I want to talk to this reporter. Why do you say this about me? And then they'll tell you why they said what they said, right? But now it's like, everybody say whatever they want, and they think they can't be touched. But that's why I'm investing in technology.
You are?
Yeah, allow me to be able to call them.
Okay.
Why you feel like this?
What did
I do to you? Did I sleep with your man and I don't know it? What's the issue with you? Why you putting out such mean words? I mean, I think it's so crazy right now with social media because suicide with teenagers right now is with children, all-time high, higher than it's ever been in the history of humans because they can read and they're seeing what people say. Like I work with a lot of foster youth, and my kids, they be telling me they don't want me to be famous no more because they don't like what people saying about me, and it makes them cry. Wow. It hurts them. So and I'm like, don't worry, it doesn't bother me. I'm used to it. That's normal. It's normal. If I didn't have people talking mess about me, then I wouldn't be doing good. I mean, do you believe in Jesus? If you believe in Jesus, everybody was talking mess about him too. And then look what happened. They're like, I don't want you to be assassinated like Jesus. I don't want you to die. Like, I'm not gonna die. Okay, I will die, but I'm not going to die that way. I'm pretty sure, I hope I die during sex, but I'm not going to die in that way, I don't think. But, and I don't know. But like, we can't fester on that, and don't just block that person. Just take those negative words off your thing, like block those words. But I would love to be able to just call these people, because what I've found is the people that be hating, usually they really love me. They study me super hard. They spend hours and hours making videos and like just saying mean stuff and talking but you spend hours of your life studying me. There's some love there. You gotta really care about me to a certain sense. I'm honored, but it sucks because you're not brave enough to say it to my face. That I'll run into them at a party and they'll be like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" And I'm like, "Why? Why do you want a picture with me? You did a horribly mean video about me. Oh, you saw that? You saw." Yeah, I saw you put my name in the title. You don't think the algorithm is going to shoot me things that got my name in it? When Google first came out, Bling, all of them, when they first came out, what's the first thing you looked up? I looked up my name. And so the algorithm knows I care about me. So it's going to send me the stuff about me. So you will see. I see you. And I'm going to tell you to your face because I'm not fake. I'm an actual human. And I wish it was the 1900s where you could slap somebody for talking shit. But now you can't even slap nobody no more. They want to sue you or whatever, like punks.
So that's the worst part.
That's the hard part, because I really
yeah.
want to fight, but I can't. Though it's not a battle worth fighting, right?
Yeah.
But on my period, I will use my fake little page and I will chime in a little bit.
Oh, is it?
Take it back to the 19.
There's a Finsta.
Yeah, Finsta. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
A fake Insta.
Yeah, fake.
But
Insta.
it's not an Insta. It's a Twitter.
Oh, it's a Twitter. Okay, so
Oh,
it's
X.
It's X. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sarah be going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that help?
It feels good.
It feels good.
It's like a little release.
And this is Sarah, kind of like Carmelita, who's like protecting Tiffany, or no?
Sarah's my middle name. It's me. It's me, but I would love to develop like an AI boyfriend that like protects me and like make him look really good and stuff. And he have the, Instagram account and just like program him to protect me and to like shut down people. And like, yeah. But I found out, I hired a forensic tech guy and I found out like 75% of the hate I get is bots. It's not even real people. Wow. And the other 25% is people responding to the bots or making videos because of what they read from the bots.
Oh my God.
It's not even real. A lot of these articles be AI articles, not even real articles.
No way.
Yeah, it's my name, but that's how powerful my name is. Like at least that's what they make me think. Like my name is so dope. Like they want those clicks. They want that, like I did this like I got all these clicks now, all these followers because I talk shit about Tiffany. Like it's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. But key like hot words will bring in the bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm learning a lot from you today.
Yeah.
There's
you can
like
hire
tech ed, sex ed. It's like
I'm multifaceted. I'm like a little onion.
It's great. It's amazing. I love how curious your mind is. Like I've already learned about bees. Like it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I want to go backwards, Tiffany, because I feel like one of the things you do in this book is you really let us into some of the trauma, the challenges, the difficult experiences. And as I said to you before, what I find amazing about the way you communicate is that we feel what you've felt, even if we've not been there. Right. And I think the way you write in this book is really powerful. Like you said earlier, you said, I think I'm smart. You're smart because the way you express yourself lands and resonates, even if you just read one or two lines that just grab hold of you. And at the same time, you're making everyone laugh through the book too. But I want to kind of go backwards because you did have you had many different challenging, traumatic relationships in your life. I want to start with your mother because she went through something horrific herself, which when I read about that, I was like, I can't even believe what she's had to go through and then how it impacted on you. I was going to ask you, has that relationship ever had an opportunity to heal or improve? Like,
it's getting better,
possible? Yeah.
Better and better every day, because I have a better understanding. I used to be really mad at her and really like upset with her. Like, just take your meds, just heal already. Just be back to my mommy, my everything. I always think about this time when like I love that woman. I like really, really, really love that woman. Like immensely. Like that's my first love. This woman fed me, clothed me, taught me. I love this woman. And it's like she came back from that accident, somebody else. Not the woman that I love. But that's her meat suit. That's her body. But that's not my mommy. And I get glimpses of her. And as time has gone by and You know, I've used my money to like get her the best of the best and get her healthy and get her on track and get my sister the education. My sister's helping me. Like we help each other. We are working as a team, right? And to see like the progress is like it's such a it's like, okay, where it's a money's the root of all evil, but if you know how to use it right, it's a tool. And if you know how to use it right, you can help like heal and get like glimpses of what was. And I remember when I was a little girl, I wanted to like just make her happy. That's all I wanted to do, make her happy. And she would work these graveyard hours at the post office. And I was like 3. And I wanted to make her eggs because she would come in and make me eggs, right? And I used to always try to cook for her. I'd pull all the pots and pans and everything out. Like, I'm going to cook for my mommy and I'm going to play music too. Like, like waste all this food. I'll put oatmeal, Worcestershire sauce, Larry season sauce, all this stuff. And like, she'd be like, no, stop messing around with my stuff. And I get a spanking. There's one particular day though, I was determined to make her some eggs. So I did everything I saw her do the day before. So I got the eggs out the refrigerator. I did all the eggs. I didn't take the shells off of them, put all the eggs in this Tupperware bowl. I stirred it all up. I put pepper, I put garlic salt, I put Larry seasoning salt, stirred them all up. And then I turned on the fire on the stove and I just put the Tupperware container on top of the fire and I was stirring it. I was like, why is it not doing what it's supposed to do? And then it's like plastic, it's like smoking and it's burning. And my mom comes in there and she had just got off work, right? So she's in the bathroom, whatever. My mom comes in, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. She gives me a whooping. She turns off the fire, cleans it, gives me a spanking, says, you're not supposed to do this. You don't touch the stove. You don't this. And I was just like, I'm trying to make you breakfast. Make you breakfast. And she stopped. And this is what I loved about my mommy. She's the best mommy. She was the best. What I loved about her, she stopped, right? And she was like, I'm going to teach you. If you're going to keep doing this, I got to teach you how to do this. So we cleaned the stove and everything together. She got some more eggs because I had did all the eggs. She got more eggs and stuff. We went to the grocery store. She said, this how you buy the eggs. This how you this how you that. We get home. She's like, okay, I'm going to show you how to make this. And she got another Tupperware bowl. She said, this is just for mixing, okay? And you use this and you do a dash like that. And I do the dash and I do the dash. And she did you this and the dash. And I did the dash and did another dash, right? And she's like stirring it up. She showed me how to stir it up. I stir it up. And she said, okay, now you see this skillet? There's a cast iron skillet. You put the eggs in here. Always in the cast iron. And then you have to have butter, Tiffany, so the eggs can slide. And then she should give me the butter. And then she let me scoop the butter and put the butter in there. And then she said, now you turn the fire on, but you don't turn it on super high. You turn it on medium because you don't want your eggs to burn, okay? And I'm like, okay. And so I turn it on medium. And then she's like, very good, very good. Now pour the eggs in there. And I pour it in. She said, pour it in slow. You don't got to pour it fast. Slow, pour it slow. And she said, now take your spoon and stir it. This is scrambled eggs. You're making scramble. I was like, scramble. I was so happy. So happy. Now I got my ass lit. I almost burned down the house. And now she's teaching me how to do it. And we did it and we ate the eggs together. And I just remember I was like in love with this woman for teaching me this. And then she's like, now you have to clean up. When you cook, you got to clean. So then we cleaned the dishes together. And then after that, I was her dishwasher. I always washed the dishes. Whenever she cooked, I was in there trying to cook with her. I mean, I was cutting up vegetables and stuff at 3 and 4 years old. Like I was the sous chef. I was always like, I wanted to be her best friend, helper, everything. Like, and she taught me a lot. Like I helped grocery shopping, all that. When my sisters was born, I'm changing diapers. I'm making bottles. I'm her best helper. I'm her everything. Like I loved her. I still love her. But I miss that mommy. And I'm her helper now. But she liked to fight me. So we gotta be careful because I can't be showing up to work with a black eye. Because she different now. I miss that mommy though.
I can't imagine how hard it is to know someone that intimately, that closely, and then they're not that person because of a horrific accident that she had. So it was totally out of her control. And now not only do you have to get to know this new person, you miss this person that you just so beautifully described. When did you start even letting yourself process that grief? Because I can imagine it's just shock.
Processing that grief, I mean, I don't know. I think when my grandma passed, who's my first best friend, who I still miss terribly, I think that's when when I started really like, okay, like since she's been gone, it's been 2 years. I think it's been the hardest 2 years of my whole existence because that was my shield. That was my like protector. I could tell her all my dreams. Like, and she would be like, well, if you want to do that, you better figure this out. You better figure, like, she was like a good sounding board for me. And it's my first best friend. And some days I don't even know how I get out the bed because I miss her so much. But then also I don't want to let her down. And she installs so much like, no, don't give up. Don't be a quitter. Like we're not quitters over here, so you can't quit. So figure it out. Even if you got to half-ass do it, get it done, figure it out. And so that's what I do. But I also had to like learn to like, I've been learning how to grieve. I've been learning how to sit in and like, some people tell me I shouldn't make jokes out of everything, but that's how I process.
Yeah.
And I think you use the same muscles, the muscles that you use to cry, same muscles you use to laugh. It hurts so much when you cry. I mean, sometimes I cry so hard I throw up, and it is like, even though I could use the abs, but it's like I don't want that. I'd rather have the abs from laughing so hard. I'd rather like, so I'll get to a point where I'm like, oh, I miss my grandma, and I'll try to remember something. I'll click on something that's like in my brain, like I'm clicking on like opening files up, like in a library. Remember those index where you have to click on the index?
I remember.
And I'm like, okay, when we made a sweet potato pie. When we went to the fair together and left everybody behind. When we did like try to like click to the good memories, to the fun stuff. Even though there was a lot of hard stuff, but like, I mean, I still got her wigs. I'll be putting on her wigs sometimes, and like, I'm getting afraid because they starting to lose her scent, but you know, it's in the back of my memory. It's in there. But like, yeah, and I've been grieving my mom. I guess I've been grieving her my whole life, my whole like teens and 20s and 30s and all that, but not really focused on it so much as grieving because the flesh is still here, and I know she in there somewhere, and I could get sometimes like a little fix. She in there somewhere. That's when you I wish I had magical powers. I could just, mommy's back. Oh my God. That would be crazy though, because she was super thirsty for knowledge too. She calls me sometimes. We got her a cell phone and she been using it, but she keep on trying to buy stuff. So we gotta be careful, like don't put no credit card on it, don't assign it to nothing, because she been want to buy stuff. And she called me and say, I need to go to college. I'm trying to go to college. I need to go get certified in culinary arts. I need to go get certified in dog grooming. I need to get certified in my Demo Deluxe program. I'm like, Demo Deluxe? She's like, yes, food samples and marketing in grocery stores. I was like, well, I'm building a grocery store. So then you could just, do demos in the grocery store. You don't got to get certified. I got you. She's like, no, but I need to go to college. I need to go to school. Okay, I have to go to school. And I'm like, okay, mama. But like, and that makes me excited that she wants to learn, that she wants to go to school. But then I'm like concerned, do I let her go to school? Do I send her to this community college where she potentially might have an episode and fight somebody? Or she might disturb the class, start talking, or she starts seeing things and starts screaming at them? Or, like, do I allow this? And like, what if we give her too much medication and she like falls asleep in the class and she starts snoring super loud and they put her out and then we can't find her? And do I hire a nurse to go to school with her? Do I like, okay, you trying to go to school? Then you got to go to school with my mama and y'all take the same classes? Like, do I pay for somebody else's school to go to school with my mom and protect my mom and make sure she don't eat too much candy and make sure she don't eat no junk food and stuff? Like, because that when she eats junk food or processed foods, that sends her over the edge and now she's like in another dimension. And am I blocking my mama from these dimensions? Because maybe her being in those other dimensions is really good material and I need to be sitting with her when she talking to these people people that I don't see. And maybe that's like something I could use for a movie or something. I don't know. And maybe God gave her this like brain injury to see over there, and maybe she really protected me, and I don't even know it. I'm blocking my protection because I feel like my grandma was my shield and my protection, but now that's gone, and I don't have the protector no more. So I got to figure out who's protecting me. His right now is just me. And my prayers, and I think my sister's definitely we work well together. So,
and your faith.
Oh, my faith is definitely protected. Yeah, that's why I say my prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, God is like, that's my dad. I lost my actual biological, physical father, but I feel like God's been my dad all this time. I've always believed in God, always had a relationship. Been very mad at him a lot, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I still love him very much.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm listening to you, it's so challenging to think that you have someone in front of you, but you know that the person you love is inside of them. And like you said, you get the glimpses, but then at the same time, like you said, it can get abusive, it can be violent, it can, because of the brain injury. And then when you look at your relationship with your father, and you go to in depth in the book, and I want people to read the book, but I believe your father left when you were like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And you always had this fixation of wanting to reconnect with him. And you talk about in the book how like any back of the head you see that look like your father, it's like, you're like,
Daddy? Is that my dad? Yeah, are you my dad? Like, you know, that book, Are You My Mother? And like, are you my daddy? Are you my daddy? Like, so wanting a dad, I needed that. Like, I think if I would have had him, I might not be who I am today for sure. I wouldn't be who I am today, and that would be a tragedy. But maybe I wouldn't have slept with so many dudes. Maybe I wouldn't have been so like thirsty for attention, or maybe I would have learned how to live with the man and been a better wife and be a better girlfriend and understand men better. Like, but I think like everything happens the way it's supposed to, even though like I wish there was some male that was there that I felt safe with that could show me on a regular basis how to be around men, and not like how I learned how to be around men, which was like I was a tomboy and I was like, oh yeah, I could do that too. Like, stupid.
No, I told you were figuring it out. You were figuring it out.
I was figuring it out, but dang, but how much time would I have saved, you know? And my dad probably would have felt so much less guilt had he been around, you know? But my mom was threatening to put him in jail, get him deported or whatever. So I get it. He didn't want to go back to no war. I get it.
Yeah, but you were able to reconnect with him.
Yeah.
From when you read about that, you're like, wow, like, because you'd think most people would have resentment and bitterness and have this like angst against this person, but actually you were just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, well, see, I wanted to have that. I thought that's what I would have. I thought I would kick him in the balls and be like, why'd you even have sex with my mama and make me and leave me behind? Like, I thought I would be like so mean to him and mad with him. But that's not what my soul was feeling. My soul was feeling like, okay, this is our new adventure. This is amazing. Like, oh, he's way handsomer than mama said. He's actually way kinder than what she said. He's actually this, like everything that I was told was like the opposite. And then like everything my grandma told me was kind of like right on point, which I should have been listening to her. She was my best friend. I should have listened to her from the first. But, you know, the love of my life is telling me these things. So I'm believing what she said. And like, to be in his presence was like, the little girl, the 3-year-old in me was so happy. And I was kind of upset that I was too big for him to pick up. Like I wanted him to pick me up and hold me and put me on his hip. And I still kind of got this fixation with that, where I kind of would like to start a service where like retired basketball players can hold you like a baby.
That's amazing.
Like you pay them like $300 an hour and they just hold you like a baby and tell you it's gonna be okay and pat you on the back and burp you. Why does nobody burps you anymore? I want somebody to burp me.
That's hilarious. I've just got this vision of like Shaq. Like,
I asked Shaq. Shaq said, "Girl, you crazy? You so damn
You
silly."
actually asked him?
Yeah, I asked him. He was like, "Girl, you silly."
Wait,
You
what
hilarious."
did you ask him?
I said, "Would you hold me like a baby and like then burp me?" And he was like, "Girl, you crazy? You so damn silly." And I was like,
Have you asked any other players?
I have mentioned it and they just laugh. I think they think I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. I don't even laugh when I say it. I'm like, would you hold me like a baby and then like put me over your shoulder and burp me and then like maybe hold me on your hip like this and just tell me it's gonna be okay, that everything gonna be all right. Would you do that for me? And they be like, you crazy girl, you so stupid. Girl, you stupid as hell, girl. You hear Tiffany? She's a damn comedian. This is a comedian right here. Girl.
It's a real request though. Like I can hear what you're saying. Like we all want this feeling of being embraced and being like just feeling like nothing else matters and that everything's taken care of and there's a safety that we're all craving, even if that's
like when I see my mom now, like I see her all the time, but it's like I could tell when my cycle coming right before it comes because I see her and I just want her to hold me. So I just hug her super tight. She'd be like, get off, okay, like, all right, that's enough. And I'm like, no, mama, hold me. And she's like, that's enough. Clearly my love language is touch, right? Yeah. So then another time she was sitting on the couch in my house watching TV and she's just like, this TV's so big. And I felt so proud of myself that she said my TV's so big. So then I sat down next to her and then I just tried to like crawl up in her lap. I tried to like get in her lap and she's like, girl, you're too big. Get off of me. Get off of me. And I'm just like, I want her to hold me in her lap like she used to when I was a baby, when I was little. I used to sit in her lap and watch TV, lean on her like this. You know, we watch TV together. But I'm too big now. I'm too damn big.
Walk me through that phone call with your dad when it comes out of nowhere. Because you're so much, how old are you when that call came
26,
through?
about to be 27.
So we're talking about 3, 4 to 26, 27. It's like, walk me through.
Okay, so I talked to this man that's at some facility, said he knows my dad, whatever. He's going to give my dad the number and all this stuff. And I said, okay, cool. Then like days go by and then I get the call and he's like, hello, is this Tiffany? And I'm like, I knew, like my whole soul knew instantly who he was. Like, it's like DNA, like recognition or something. Like the little girl in me lit up like if I was like laying on the couch sleeping. It was like, Daddy? Like, I was like, Daddy, is that you? And I was like, yes. He was like, this is Thayet, your father. I'm like, Daddy? Where you been? Like, where you been? Are you sure you my dad? How you know? Wait, are you sure you my dad? Like, and I was asking him questions about family members. He knew stuff that nobody else would know except like him and my mama would know. And I was like, where are you? When can I see you? I need to see you. I miss you. Where you been? Why you ain't come and get me? Like, and I just wanted him to keep talking. That voice, man. I'm not very good at impersonating it, but I got like a lot of voicemails. I always ask him like, if I don't answer, please leave me a voice message. I got his voice messages and I be listening to him, make me feel better. Like, I miss him. And I was missing him. Like, I barely knew him and I was missing him, right? So like, I be loving people too much, I think. But I knew it was him immediately. I wanted to see him immediately. I set up a time for me to go and visit him, to drive up to Virginia. Went up to Virginia. And I went to see him as soon as I saw him. It was like my whole soul rejoiced. So happy. He's very handsome. I'm glad I met him like in that way instead of like in some nightclub or something because I probably would have tried to hit on him or something. Like, I thought he was beautiful. And we just talked and I was just like, trying to crawl in his lap, but I'm bigger than him. Bigger than him. I was trying to get him to hold me. Trying to spend as much time with him as I could. And like he was feeling a lot of guilt. He's like, I should have been there for this. I should have been there for that. And I'm like, yeah, you should have, but you're here now. Like, we got this now. Like, and just getting to know him. And I was asking him all these questions. Like, is it true that I'm Jewish? My grandma always said this. Is this true? He goes, yes, this is true. But this and this and this. And this is what happened. And I had to leave. And I had to this. And I'm just like, wow, like asking him so many questions. What was it like for you when you was a little boy? Did you use toilet in a hole? Did you use toilet in a toilet? Like, did you have, like, what did you have? And he was like, yeah, we had money. We had a toilet. I had Italian clothes. I had this. I learned German. I learned this language. I know this. I know that. It was like 8 languages. Like, I just was constantly like, I feel like I was interrogating him all the time. And then he came to California and then I would take him to go see my mom, but then I would like snap at him and stuff because it would be this like, part of me that's like, damn, I'm doing all this shit for you. When you gonna do something for me? But like, then I had to check myself like, hey, he gave us life. Like, be nice. Like, but sometimes I would be mean, especially like, and he would get the business. If I drank, sometimes I would get like really like lit and remorseful. Yeah. Then I would call him and I'd just cuss him out. I just give him on. I'm like, I was a hoe because you wasn't there. I was this because you didn't show up. You didn't teach me
So
how to do this.
he did hear that.
Yeah, he did hear it. He heard it from the drunk side of me.
And were you funny when you were drunk like that, or no? That was like intense.
No, I was in 10. I was sitting on the porch. I was like, I married this man. I shouldn't have married this man. I was like, yeah, I was at home drinking. The man, it's on my nerves. I'm like, what did I do? I ruined my life. Like, this isn't who I'm supposed to be with. But clearly I was supposed to be there because I needed to learn some things. And I learned a lot from that relationship. And I'm grateful for that relationship, but I would never go back. I remember sitting on the porch just crying to my daddy about how, like, I made all these bad decisions and bad choices because I didn't have my daddy to guide me. And I need my dad. I needed you. Like, and he's like, I will get the place with you don't have to be with them. I will get a place and you can have your own room and you can have your own this. And he never did do that. He never got to that level because he wasn't mentally all where he needed to be. Like and that man witnessed a war and then came here and witnessed a whole bunch of other horrible things that, like, I could only imagine. And then the guilt that he was feeling for, like, abandoning his country, abandoning his daughter, doing that, like, sure, he's feeling super duper guilty. And then he's learning how to grieve too. His mother died, his daddy died, his brothers are all dead. All he got is aunties, and they, if they were doing to him anything like what they do to me, and they probably did it to him more, I just, I pray for him. I pray for his soul. I feel like, oh man, it's gotta feel horrible. He probably felt like shit on a daily basis. So and then the next day I apologized so tough to him for going off on him like that. And I'm like, I should have never did that. He's like, no, it's okay. My friends always like, well, how is your daughter so nice to you? And you didn't even raise her. I raised my daughters and my daughter's so mean to me and evil to me. And your daughter's nice and kind to you and loves you. Like my daughter, maybe I shouldn't have been there for my daughter. Maybe she would be nice to me because my daughter's mean to me. And then when I was mean to him, he's like telling all his friends, she's finally was mean to me. She cussed me out. She was mean to me. Like he could fit in with his group of friends or whatever, but he's like, it's okay. You got to express yourself. You got to let that out. Express yourself. And I'm like, no, but it's wrong because I really do love you. I really do appreciate you giving me life, even though I hate this life a lot of days. Like a lot of days I hate even like, man, why couldn't I have just been a tree? Like, why could just stay in one place and watch the world change around me? Like, but then trees get abused too. So
yeah, for sure. There's a great, I mean, trees live through a lot, and they've seen a lot, and they've been through a lot.
And they live through a lot of abuse.
Yeah, for sure. But there's so much in what you're saying that I think resonates so deeply with me. This curiosity and context around how our parents became who they were is so huge. Like to actually have context of how your dad became your dad, how your mom became your mom. This isn't a matter of whose fault is it. It's your fault. It's not that. It's let's understand people's stories.
Yeah, so I don't feel like
that it's your fault.
Yeah, that it's not my fault. It's not your fault. You had these experiences. And I think I like to imagine that there's a contract that you signed with God before you got here that says, hey, this is the stuff you're going to go through so you can accomplish these things. And maybe their job was just to make me. Maybe their job was to, be in certain people's lives and find this thing and then activate this person for that and activate this person for this. Maybe that was their job. Maybe that's the contract they signed. And I hope my mom has like a whole bunch more stuff to do and lives a lot longer. And I hope I do get her into college and like she doesn't fight the teachers or anything like that. Like I hope that it turns out great and she does get her certification in culinary arts and she's able to cook and do whatever it is she wants to do. Yeah. Like whatever her dream is, I want her to have her dream. And I would love to facilitate it, but also I want to protect the safety of others at the same time, and the mental sanity of others. Because
you have to set up a private school.
Yeah, maybe I set up a private. Maybe I have professors come to teach her, but she wants to go.
Yeah, she wants to attend. I get it.
So maybe I set it up like hire some actors and some teachers. And, like she's at school, you at school, and then maybe they are psychologists. Like maybe she's work study, maybe she's she's a study. Maybe it's a study program where there's all therapists in the room, but they studying culinary arts and they seeing how someone with this type of damage in their brain operates in this type of environment. You know what? I should make some money off of that. And that could contribute to the generational wealth I'm trying to create for this family.
Did you always, honestly, Tiffany, I think when people read this book, they're going to laugh as I'm laughing right now, and they're also going to feel, and I'm not just saying this as flattery, and I'm not just saying it because you're here. I really do mean this. It's very rare to meet someone who's been through as much as you have and hear it in a processed, thoughtful way. Yes, it's hilarious, but it's also processed. What else apart from comedy was your therapy? Like, what else has been part of this healing journey to help process?
The actual therapy. Yeah. We're ordered therapy.
Yeah.
I was like ordered by the course to go to therapy eventually. And like, that helped a lot. And some therapists were really good and some were like horrible. And I felt like I was like sitting in a therapist's office just doing stand up for them because they're giggling and laughing and stuff. And I'm like, wait, heal me. Like get the pain away. Like, get me where I can like function. And they would make suggestions, and those suggestions actually like did make a difference. That one therapist that said like, get back to doing stand up as a hobby. Just do it as a hobby. And that turned into a full blown living. And I appreciate her for saying that. But like, actual therapy, actually reading books, like actually like reading different books about like self-care, like self-care stuff. And maybe there'd be like, you read this 300-page book and it'd be like one thing in it that I could take with me. Louise Hayes, I love me some Louise Hayes. That lady, if she was still alive, I remember when she died, I cried for her. If she was still alive, I kiss her right on her third eye and say, thank you. Kiss her right on her third eye.
Amazing.
Yeah, because that, like her like mantras, the You Can Heal Your Body book, like, even though I don't know if those mantras really help, I do them anyways, just distract my mind from whatever that's going on. I don't think the one for endometriosis works. I think we gotta rewrite that one. But I mean, just those things, like the self-care, being self-aware, like, and it's a process. Look, I've been drinking since I was 21 years old, on and off. I would go years without drinking, drink, no drink, whatever. Not really my bag, have my incidents. And I'm just like, you know what? I ain't gonna be drinking no more. I'm cool. And that was 5 months ago, by the way.
Congratulations, yeah.
Not 6 months, but we can roll with 6. Oh. Fuck it. It'll be 6 months. It'll be 6 years. It'll be probably 16 years from now. Like, and I'll have like a big old mocktail company. And I found this non-alcoholic rosé that is bomb.
Okay, what is it?
It's bomb. I can't even tell you the name because they need to pay me. I don't spend so much money on the because like when I would go to parties, I always bring whatever I like to drink to the party.
Yeah.
I just went to MGK's party, his birthday party, and I brought the non-alcoholic rosé. People like, oh, you drinking? Oh, you drink? What is that? What you drinking? I'm like, non-alcoholic rosé. You want to try something? Like, oh, this is good. I was like, yep. And my body's not going to hurt tomorrow. Yours will.
Nice.
It was like so good.
Oh my God. Well, drop the name here. They're going to come find you.
I don't know. I feel like they won't.
They won't.
I feel like they won't.
They won't.
I feel like they gotta come find. They know. They know. They in Whole Foods.
Okay, they're in Whole Foods. All right. You're dropping the little clues, the little breadcrumbs.
They in Whole Foods, and it's a rosé, and it's an animal on the cup.
I love it. All the hints are dropped.
Yeah, the hints are dropped. I also like this non-alcoholic vodka too, even though I just imagine that it's rubbing alcohol though. That's what it kind of tastes like, but it doesn't.
It tastes like what?
Rubbing alcohol.
Oh,
it tastes
like
alcohol. It's alcohol.
It is alcohol.
It's not alcohol.
It's not alcohol. Yeah.
It's non-alcoholic.
But that's good though. No, it tastes exactly how you want it to taste.
Blech.
Oh, you don't like? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I never really liked the taste of vodka, but you put a little flavor, a little sugar in it, like drop a Jolly Rancher in there. You know what I'm saying? Or put some lemons, make it alkaline. That's what I would tell myself.
Got it.
But it takes the pain away. It would take the pain away from me.
And now you don't use that to take the pain away. So
So you just sit in the pain, which you got to process it.
With your father, I felt like ultimately his guilt and shame kind of made you feel like you lost him again, because that was so heavy for him that he kind of distanced himself,
Yeah, he distanced
right?
himself from me.
Bec-
I think he knew he was sick and that he didn't want me to see him like that.
Mm,
And he didn't want to have to depend on me
mm,
because he knew I would take care of him.
mm.
Like he
And
knew
he
I
never
would.
wanted money. He never, like you talk about how like he didn't want money from you. He didn't want to be a part of your fame. It wasn't that.
Nah, and I would still like quietly pay the light bill, send groceries to his house, and say he'd be like, "Don't do that." I got like he wanted to take care of me, but he wasn't capable of taking care of me. He was sick, and I think he didn't want me to know that or have anything to do. Like, I think he felt like this is his punishment or whatever for whatever.
Wow.
But he left like a whole like memorandum, like what I need to do, how I need to do it, and I did it all. Like I'm obedient when it comes to my parents. At least I try to be. I definitely am obedient.
Did you end up organizing the funeral and attending, or?
Like, he didn't want no funeral.
Oh wow, okay.
But he didn't want that. He didn't want me spending any money on him because he felt like he didn't spend nothing on me. But I did. But he did want to be buried with his mother. So and it's against the tradition to cremate. He did not like. He's like, they're gonna be mad at you, but I don't want you spending all that money to take me back. Like, go ahead and cremate me, take me and put me with my mom. And I told him, well, if I cremate you, I'm gonna put half of you with your mama and half of you in my garden. Because you never really fed me anyway, so you have to grow me some food. And I did that. And then I just read this thing like last year that if you have a cemetery in your backyard, your property tax free. If you got family members like buried in your backyard, I was like, I wonder if ashes count. Because this property tax is killing me.
Wow, how do you come across all this interesting
I'm always digging for information, especially when it comes to my money and my health. Like, so, yeah, I was just looking for tax breaks. Also, I saw that, Trump buried, his peoples on the golf course, and then now they don't have to pay no tax over there.
I think I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, what can I do here in South Central LA? I'm like, babe, my daddy's over here near the collard greens. He buy the chili peppers and the mints.
Let us know if that goes through. Let us know if you figure out.
They told me no.
You already asked.
I already went to the city and tried it. I was like, look, my father's in the backyard. They was like, no, you need to exhume the body. I was like, well, it's ashes. I can't really. I'm sure the plants done ate him up 2 years ago. That was back in 2017, so I'm pretty sure he's gone. But
yeah, you were talking about taking care of your money and your health. You were saying there was one point in time where you had like a billboard up for your show, but then you still had like a Obama phone, I think you called it. Like this idea of like you've always tried to figure that out. Even now, like at one point you lived homeless when you were growing up in your teens and like living in a car, but now you still live in the area you grew up in.
Yeah.
And that's to inspire others to see what's possible and see that you can still move, because usually people make it and then they leave.
Right.
But you really felt that was important.
Yeah, I felt it's important to stay. Also, I like it over there. I feel safe over there. And I want to be where I'm wanted. I don't want to be where I'm tolerated. I want to be where I'm wanted. So it's staying in the hood. I just feel like I'm a great example to these other kids. Like, look, Tiffany couldn't read that good. Tiffany couldn't read at all for a minute. Tiffany couldn't this. Tiffany couldn't that. And look where she at. She on a billboard right on the corner from the house. She on that house right there. And like 3 other houses on this street. She also doing this. She doing that. Like, she doing stuff in a community. Like, I'm a firm believer of like, oh, if my community is like messed up, I don't have to leave my community. I can stay right here and I can make it better. Now, if I was the gang member, maybe it'd be more difficult, but maybe I could be influencing the other people in the gang to like, okay, we're going to do this now. This is what the gang's going to do now. This is what we doing now. Now you the manager, you the security, you the this, like you got to buy a house now. You have to buy a house now. It's funny when somebody buys a house, how their like perspective changes on what type of activities they participate in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like that's what I've noticed anyways from like my hood friends, like people in the community, like what they was all about fighting, all about this, all about. But as soon as they bought a house, they like, oh no, I can't be doing all that. I gotta cut my grass. I gotta this. I gotta do this. I need to make my mortgage. I need to do this. Like I gotta go to work. I gotta do this. Like it kind of changes the activity that you participate in. Like you might still be a thug and still be a gangster, but I gotta go get my money. I don't have time to be fighting you. I don't have time to be like potentially killing you and losing my house, even though the house could help me post bail. Like just. Also never, I always be telling them like, I can't imagine you saying, this is my block, but you on Section 8. You don't own nothing on this block. Like you own nothing on this block, but this is your block. No, this block belongs to the Herreras, the Zazinskis, like this block belongs to everybody that owns land over here. You don't own nothing. You actually paying $12 a month in rent and selling dope. Like you a rental storefront. Like you don't own nothing over here. Who in your crew owns something? Like to me, that's more like, okay, this is our block. Like do your granny pass? Your granny don't even, you sold, like y'all sold it and still rent. Like nobody owns anything on this block.
Wow.
But you saying it's your block. It ain't your block, bruh. You can't even inherit anything over here. So you look like an idiot. You protecting all their stuff and you're not even really protecting it. You running it into the ground. Like how you expect anybody to really respect you? You don't even own anything. Like, would you own this old ass Oldsmobile with them rims? You own the rims? Oh, no, you renting those rims. You don't even own the rims. Like, yeah, life is temporary, but you got 4 kids. They need to have something to inherit. What are they going to inherit from you? Those rims? You could do better, bruh. Do better.
Do you see people, do you feel that you see things changing and people changing and that even if it's slow and patient?
Yeah, it's slowly changing, but also the demographic is changing too. So like, but they thought they was going to be in that Section 8 for I don't know how long they thought they was going to be in it. Now the landlord's like, oh no, I don't no longer want it to be Section 8, so you're going to have to pay the $4,000 a month for rent or you're going to have to move. And now they in Section 8 out in Lancaster, Palmdale, Hemet. So now I barely even see them anymore, if at all. And they like, hey, I bought the house. I bought, like, people buying their stuff. They're like, I had to go way out of LA to buy it, but I own something now. Like, and this is going better for me. This is going better for me. So that I see changes in like the people that I grew up with, and I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Really happy for them.
I mean, it's incredible that you've been able to, make home in the community. And you talk about it as your community. It's a place where you feel safe, you feel comfortable.
And then we be looking out for each other. And the Asian lady across the street be like, I saw the man in the car with the camera. I called the police. Like, thank you. The dude next door, he's a retired police officer. He be shooing people off and stuff.
That's amazing.
Like, and everybody says, you should be behind a gate. You should be behind a gate. And I'm like, but behind this door is guns. Like, they don't want that smoke. Like, don't come up in here. And I might make you clean my room up, so...
It's amazing.
Good luck finding anything of any value in there.
It's amazing. Tiffany, you've had such a, genuinely, we've been talking about your personal life so much. You've had such an amazing professional journey as well. When you're talking about your imagination and even your solutions for wanting a basketball player to hold you and make you feel like a baby, or, just the way your imagination works to solve things. Like, what is your imagination saying about creative, artistic, expressive projects? Like, where do you, not what's next, because I don't find that question interesting, but in the sense of like, where do you let your imagination run free, and how do you allow it to do that so that you can explore this amazing world you have inside your head?
Yes, Tiffany Land.
Yeah.
I wish could be an amusement park.
Black Unicorn Island.
Yeah, Black Unicorn Island. Yes. Okay, that's the next book. Okay, so, well, it's been running. So like with music, I love creating music. Like I said, I like singing to the bees. I like singing. I've been preparing, like I got a band. And so I've always been kind of in love with like the 40s, the 30s, the 20s, that jazzy era, the 50s, and singing in a supper club and doing that. So I just performed at Vibrato last month, and it was like super dope. It was so much fun. No, that was this month actually. It was super fun, and like I had this like classic dress on and singing these songs. Now I am not the best singer, but you know what? If Bob Dylan can make a career out of it, I could too. That's how I feel about it. Like, you don't. It's not about how well you sing. It's about how entertaining you are. Like,
How you make people feel.
How do you make them feel? It's all about how you. That's what entertainment is. It's like, well, you contain these people and you make them feel a certain type of way. And is it a feeling that they want to walk away and say, hey, I want other people to feel that too. That was kind of great. That was amazing. Or that was an experience, right? So like, I'm very like about that. So I'm singing like old songs from the 30s and 20s and 40s and 50s. And then some of my original songs that I've made. And I've been working with like Diane Warren, writing some really dope songs to like empower women, empower people anyways. And then like a really cool breakup song. It's like my favorite. I want you, but I want you gone. I need you, but I need you out of my life. I fucking love it.
That's so good.
And then like all the movies I want to make, right? So like somebody was asking, like, you said you want to make 80 movies by the time you're 50. You got a long way to go. And I'm like, I didn't say I want to be in all those movies. I want to create an opportunity for other people to tell their stories, and I'm just producing on it. I'm being a part of the creation process. Like, we still haven't shot the FloJo movie. Got to get that script right. Like, and I could just imagine how dope that's going to be. The nails, the hair, me running off fast, my body like, you know. And hey, if I'm too old, okay, I'm too old. Give someone else the opportunity. Or AI is coming in real good. But tell that love story between her and her husband. And then I want to see the Etta James story. I want to see that. Like, cause she grew up in foster care like me. She been through the ringer, had to perform as a kid and all the different homes she was in. Like, I want to see that story. Also, I want to do some kind of like a documentary or something about like all these successful women. I have never met one successful woman that has not been through shit. Like, any woman that I have ever met or heard of that's successful has like been beat up in some kind of way, physically, emotionally, mentally, something. Been beat up some kind of way and bounced back and like stood strong, 10 toes down. I'm gonna make this happen, and it happens, right? And I want to do something about that because I think right now too, like there's so many young girls that I've talked to that seem to feel hopeless, feel like, you know, what's the point? Like, no, like nobody cares about me, and it's like there are people that care about you. You just can't see them right now. You haven't met them yet. Or you have met them and you just don't know how to identify what care is. So something about that. I wanted to do Who Framed Roger Rabbit too. I feel like, oh, that would be so good. And I want to be the detective and Jessica Rabbit. Maybe I'll be Rebecca Rabbit, Jessica's sister, who marries Roger's brother. I don't know. But like, I want to see that. Because that was a really good movie that was based off of some true stuff that happened in Los Angeles. That's why we have freeways now. Because of that judge that was in that movie, that's a real judge. So I would love to like do something with that. I have so many ideas.
I love it. I love it.
Animation. Yeah. I want to open this grocery store. I could see it in my mind's eye. It's like I'm shopping in it every day. I know that's going to happen. And create some like really awesome human beings.
I love how there's no limits to creativity. And I think we're now living in a time in the world where people can be multi-hyphenates. And what you just said, I think a lot of the time we've been like, oh, you have to be talented, you have to be this. And what we realize is who can make people feel something in any sort of way. And we resonate with that. We all connect with it. And I think if anyone who's listening and watching and wants to do something, thinks, oh, I wish I started 10 years ago. I wish I started when I was younger. Oh, I didn't get that. You know, I didn't have parents who were supporting it. It's almost like it doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter. The KFC dude started at what, 65, 70 years old?
So, yeah.
He was old. And that thing is all over the world. KFC's all over the world. Kentucky Fried Chicken, every single country. Like,
and they had enough competition too, like McDonald's and Wendy's and whatever
competition. It's all over the world. Now, he might not have lived long enough to see it be all over the world, but hey, he started something. He's a visionary. And I feel like that's what I am at the end of the day. I'm a visionary and I'm an administrator of joy. That's all I am. And some people hate that. And that's okay. That's because you don't know how to process joy. You got a lot of hurt in your heart. Got a lot of hurt. You need to figure out how to process that. And if you want to learn, I'm down to show you a little bit. I can't, I'm still processing my hurt. But if you get this book,
I curse you with joy.
I curse you with joy. It might help you some. It might help you some. And maybe your breath won't stink so bad. I think people with a lot of hate in their heart got bad breath.
Oh, that's an interesting hypothesis. Wow, that's interesting. I'm gonna start testing that out.
Yeah, just do my research. I mean, I don't. It's funny, like people that talk really poorly and negative about other people, they breath usually stink.
That's fascinating.
If you think about it, I mean, do you ever sit around people that just talk negative all the time?
I don't usually. So,
you don't, but like you could be at a party or something, and they just like, did you know the bitch did this? And you be like, breath is horrible. They are dying on the inside. Or you ever been in a car with somebody and they don't stop talking and the whole car smell like their breath? It's just atrocious.
I've been
and then everything, when you start to realize